Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the ManDem United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking That Tottenham Talk, where myself, Peter, and Jez discuss all things Manchester United, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur. So please keep all your questions related to those three clubs I just named. And also on top of that, please make sure you hit the like button, whether you're watching this live right now or whether you're watching this back afterwards. We appreciate it either way, but please make sure you hit that like button. Share this across all the socials as well. You see my Twitter at That's Me Flawless, same on Instagram. Share across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 5K. We are now legit 100 away from 4,500. So we are closing in on the halfway mark to 5K. So please subscribe if you are new. We'll go to you first, though. You know what I'm saying? My brother from the best coast, which is the West Coast. Peter, talk to me. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm all good.
Love to hear it. Yo, Jez, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What you saying? You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Everyone is good as well.
You as good as what?
No, I hope everybody's good as well.
Right. I thought you said something else.
No.
It's all good. It's all good. So, like I said, people, get all your questions in. Just please keep them Manchester United, Chelsea, and Tottenham related. Of course, all three clubs won at the weekend, with Chelsea beating Wolves 3-0, Manchester United beating Everton 2-1, and Tottenham winning away at Brighton 1-0. And Chelsea, of course, have won earlier on today. Well, tonight, I should say. AC Milan, comfortable 2-0 win. Tottenham play Wednesday at home to Frankfurt, and Manchester United at home in the Europa League to Omonia as well. Big up to Timo, who says big up every time. Evan says big up. Yo, Shane, big up, man. Don't have to worry about if you're not about for certain streams, man. But big up to you. No need to apologize. Big up Steve as well, says what's good, flawless. Big up. Eddie says Lantiavi, have some shame. He's talking to you, Jess.
I don't know what he's talking about. Like, it's literally a Ghana shirt. What are you talking about?
Fairs. All right, well, there's only one place to start since it's the most recent game. Chelsea winning away at AC Milan and taking control of their group. Over to you, Peter, because you did have doubts when Graham Potter came in because you had lost your first game and he took over the second game, and then you drew that at home to Salzburg. But now you've won back-to-back games. You know what I'm saying? You've won back-to-back games, home and away to AC Milan. So your thoughts?
I want to thank Tomori for getting himself sent off and making that fairly uncomplicated. So thank you. That being said, this group isn't like decided either. Like at the same time, it would be very tough for us to not go through now. Like, I suppose like it is possible. We'd have to lose in Austria and draw against Zagreb, but like, look, like they have to go to Austria. If Chelsea go to Austria and win, they win the group. So it's that simple. Like, I don't know. Good wins, especially today. Today was the first time I've actually had the chance to sit down and watch Chelsea live in about like a month.
Okay, so this is your first time seeing Potter properly.
I didn't want to spend my first experience listening to Ahmed bitch about nothing.
Yeah, I hear that.
So,
That makes sense.
I will never do a watch along with Ahmed if it's a Chelsea game. It will just not happen.
I hear that.
He's Ryan with darker skin. I can't do that. I'm so sorry. It will never happen.
No, it's fine. No, the thing is, you don't need to apologize. I understand. I get it.
I'm not doing this. I didn't wake up early to start work early so I could finish to watch this game, to watch this guy cry about the ball being loose in midfield. No, I'm not doing that. But no, they played all right. Like I don't really have any complaints. Nah, it was cool. At least Havertz isn't playing, so hey, man.
I was gonna say, let's get to that because you did have your doubts after Tuchel was sacked, and you've been getting good results since Graham Potter's got. Because I've watched you lot, you have been getting better results. The football's been better. You have been creating more chances and scoring more goals. So has Graham Potter exceeded your expectations so far? I know it's only a short period of time.
Not really. Like it's too small a sample size for me to really judge.
Okay,
is this real growth of players, or is this the typical short-term uptick in form that happens when somebody at this football club gets dismissed?
Okay.
Like, it's too early for me to say, oh, these players are definitely better. Like, in my core, a lot of these players are not good enough.
That's fair.
Like, long-term anyways. Are they good enough to beat Milan? 11v10 in the San Siro? Absolutely. Was last week a good performance? By the looks of it, yeah. Things are going Chelsea's way for now. I'm not gonna say things are gonna continue going Chelsea's way over the next 7 months. It's a long season. We'll have to see. But no, I'm not gonna suddenly have faith in a lot of these players that I didn't have faith in before.
That's fair.
I'm not that naive. I've seen this before.
That's fair. So you're looking at it more so it's a new manager bounce.
I don't want to discredit what he's done. Like, again, my problem's not with him as a coach either. Like, this is not some referendum on his coaching ability.
Well,
It's just I think there's a glass ceiling with this group of players, and it's a lot lower than people want to pretend it is, like long term.
Yeah.
So like, it's nice wins, cool. Everybody's great. Everybody's happy. I think we're in fourth. I don't even fucking know. We're in one of those positions now.
Oh, and you're talking about in the Premier League. You
Yeah.
are
So like,
fourth.
it's not like
You're above us. Your position above us, I think.
Yeah, so like because when Graham Potter came in, people like, oh, like he shouldn't have to get fourth, and I'm like, well, he should, because we're like 2 points away, and he has like 30-something games. It's not like you're climbing Mount Everest. Like that should be a mandate, but like look at Liverpool or shit. I don't think you guys are good. I don't think Tottenham are good either. I guess Arsenal are good now. I don't know. But like that's these. So like again, the 4 teams have to go into the European Cup. Like some shit team is getting it. Last year it was Tottenham. This year it might be you guys. I don't know.
Hey, less of that. We ain't shit. Less of that. You know
You're
what I'm
not
saying?
good.
We're
Like
not shit.
you're not
We're getting
good.
there. We're getting there. You know what I'm saying? We're
I
better than we were.
Yes.
No. Even guess we're better than we were.
Yeah, you were so like from
we're better than we were.
bigger
Yo,
shit
we've
to
won
a
5
smaller
and
pile of shit. I don't know.
We've won 5 out of our last 6. We're far
That
from
is
shit.
great. And you
We're the
conceded like 12 goals along the way.
No, 6 of those were City. That don't count. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
2 of those were ammonia, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, so you counted in? You counted in Europa League, man. We don't count Europa League. I'm talking Premier League solely. Man.
All right, whatever. Like
saying,
Premier
if
League
we're actually
results,
counting,
whatever. I saw Wobie pack you guys after 5 minutes. I don't know.
Oh yeah, did you also see him get caught on the ball for the goal? Did you see that part?
Yeah, it's because Frank Lampard just puts big black people in midfield and expects it to work. I told you guys this. You can't just play 6'2" black people that can run and expect the midfield to be protecting shit.
That being said, I get why he plays that midfield. It is
because it works, but like it's not
yeah.
some tactical like revolution. It's just they have nothing else.
That being said, Finky did impress me. That's the first time I've watched him live. Oh, Nana, he impressed me. I don't know how good he is generally, but like, no, he impressed me in that game.
I don't see anything real special with it.
Nah, the fact that you're a unit, can move, great defensively, great engine.
He's like a smaller version of what Idrissa Gueye was. That's it. And they have Idrissa Gueye playing next to him.
Hey, shout out Idrissa Gueye. This guy, man.
It's repetitive as fuck. It's a waste, but
this guy.
Whatever. But I don't know, man. I'm not gonna give like similar. I feel similarly to your team how I feel about my team. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, these players can do this now or can magically achieve more. I've seen your group of players let different styles of managers down over the years. And we've seen there's kind of a glass ceiling with how United are constructed.
Absolutely.
You can get caught up in whatever good run of form you want. That's fine. Every so often, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to play a serious team and true levels are going to be shown, right? You don't have to play City again until sometime next year.
January, I think, but don't call me.
Maybe you guys won't get snuffed like that until you play them again.
Yeah, you see.
So you will get snuffed like that again, is my point.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like for me, it's like, yeah, this form is good. Consistency would be nice to kind of get out of the danger zone of your season falling apart. We do need results in the short term, but I'm not gonna let a run of like 7 wins from 9 and like good form in the temporary change my opinions on a lot of these players long term.
So it's more player based for you.
Because like, what are we really chasing? Manchester City, right? In the context of chasing Arsenal, yeah, this is great, but what's the point of chasing second?
I think you're chasing cups, like we all are. That's not a shot at your team.
I mean, the ideal, like you want to chase the champions and chase the team that's seen as the best, right? We're chasing the European Cup. Like, let's just be really honest. with my players at least, we need to change a lot of them to ultimately to get to where we need to go, regardless of who is in charge. Are we well enough equipped to do those things right now? No. The point of this is to see who can contribute going forward and who can't. I like Graham Potter rotating the team. I like him kind of taking stock of what he has. I don't really have an issue with how he's using any of the players. I don't care that we had 4 center mids in the pitch and 3 center backs and wing backs at the end of that game. I don't give a shit. Like, people are going to be like, oh, how come attacking players can't get minutes, blah, blah, blah. Like, at the end of the day, a lot less of these guys are cornerstones for our teams currently than most people want to admit. A lot of them are interchangeable.
They're not as important as we are, first.
Yeah, like individually. They're not, it's not that deep anymore.
Wow.
You know? It's not that. So I don't really see what the point is of like being supremely loyal to individual players. I would like to see Graham Potter stick to something that works consistently. I don't want to see 8 changes every game, but I don't think we are.
I think that's just because of the competitions.
Yeah, it's more so the competitions and the schedule. So like, cool, whatever. But Steve, I find this like constant laboring over getting second place, like that ideal. I just find it tiring.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm not with that.
Like I make fun of Liverpool for being second, so I cannot turn around and push my team and brag about finishing second.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Like I don't really care. Like when we won the Champions League and finished 4th, I didn't give a shit that Liverpool finished 3rd above us, or that you guys were in second. Like I was like, yeah, I guess, but like, who cares? I don't know. I just the idea of flexing second place when ultimately just because first place is out of reach realistically, that's like some loser shit to me.
It is it's not even just to you. It is some loser shit.
I don't know. So I get I'm very fatalist about the Premier League to begin with. I wrote it off before the season. I don't care that much.
Yeah,
so people like, oh, we're 2 points off 4th. I'm like, yeah, but like whatever. Like we're 1 month in. Who cares? What are we crying about? We'll probably get there eventually. Like we'll probably get in the top 4 just because
I think you'll finish top 4.
Yeah, but I thought this when Tuchel was still our coach.
Oh.
Like I didn't think there was we weren't that far away. If Anthony Taylor had called a foul for Cucurella getting his hair pulled, we'd have been sat in the top 4 by the time he got fired. Like whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, it's cool. Short term, it's nice. Wins are cool. Clean sheets are nice. I would say nobody got hurt, but I guess Reece subbed off hurt. So
yeah, Reece James. Yep.
That's not great. Hopefully that's not serious. But no, it's all good, man.
Yeah, man. And we will get to your questions, people. Don't worry about that. Bump up the likes as well, man. We ain't even hit double figures yet. You're not taking liberties. What kind of Liverpool win rate in the Premier League is this? What is going on? Speaking of that main character syndrome, Marcel in the building says big up Flawless. When does the Liverpool segment start? When you mention Liverpool, that's when the segment starts. Now you just gonna get roasted for the whole show. But we move. You kind of answered this, but Shane says, do you think Mount has changed under Potter? But you pretty much answered that in saying that
nah,
it's the new manager and everything like that. Timo, here we go. Timo says, Peter, what have you seen so far that has been the difference between the previous manager and Potter?
Players are less in their feelings and like willing to run more.
So players are down for the cause more.
Yeah, that's all it seems like to me. But like to me, the shape, the tactics seem very similar today. So like what we used to do when we were at our best, which I didn't have a problem with.
Well, no offense. 110% fans. Hosey says, Peter, come on, you were defending Tuchel, and now you guys are balling under Paul.
See, I don't know what club you support, but
United fan.
I've lived through many managerial changes and short-term upticks in form, man. I've been on this roller coaster before.
Well,
everybody's given a new lease of life. They manage to convince you that they're not terrible, and then 8 months later, like, why the fuck do we still have these players? So just when we get to that point as a fan base, as a collective, because we will, I just don't want the dialogue to be the same as last time. We are not the next progressive, young, bright coach away from turning a lot of these players from not very good into good enough. It's not that simple.
Fairs. First, over Jez, we'll go over to you. You know what I'm saying? Your beloved Spurs and your beloved manager Antonio Conte. Winning at the weekend, tough place to go. Talk to me, bouncing back after the disappointing North London derby defeat.
All right, man. Like I said already. All I said, I'm thankful for the 3 points as we move.
Is that literally what you're on? All right. So
Yep.
ahead then, looking ahead, Frankfurt, confident, not confident. Emerson Royale back in the side. Talk to us.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, like I said, we should be beating those scrubs. But then again, the way we setting up, it's not going to help us, ain't it? I've seen predicted lineups. I hope they're not the lineups that I think it is. But like I said, even I watched those back. I watched the Frankfurt. Yes, I don't watch the games live, but I do watch the games because to make sure I'm seeing, I can confirm what I'm seeing. And we created. See, this is the thing that concerns me the most. How the hell did we made this Frankfurt game harder to ourselves than it really is? Like Frankfurt, like I said, when we chose them in the group, Frankfurt are generally just not that good in my opinion, and we have the players there to beat them. But then again, we setting us up so bad, in my opinion, very so vulnerable, and it's easy to kind of do us. Where like even Frankfurt, and you can argue they had chances to also take the lead against us as well. So again, it's very simple. It's at home. I expect to win. If we don't win, then again I look at the manager and I'm looking at the lineup as well. Because really and truly, like I just don't. I know Frankfurt are winning in the league right now, but they don't impress me at all, bro. One bit.
They're not good.
They're just no. They're just not. And same for Sporting. I even watched them on the weekend. I'm like, yo, I'm still like, kind of fuming after this. I'm still fuming about this Sporting loss. Like it's just again poor planning. Like I said, it all comes down to the summer again. Where I said very poor planning. Very like, what was the management thinking in terms of like, what did he want to see this team do better this year? I felt like you can see why. For me, I said it's already. I throw Son off a cliff, so he just never gets injured. Because I think he's more influential to this team than Son is right now. In 100 miles, more influential.
Interesting.
Because he brings a balance in terms of not only tracking back and helping out Emerson on the right side, but also being able to create and also to score goals from that left hand side. Yes, it's kind of obvious that he's one of his strongest part is cutting inside from the left. From the right.
Yeah.
But again, he's very clever with it. Like it's still crazy to me how people are actually crazy about how yet when he started coming to us from Juventus, literally only 2 appearances off the bench, and people were literally talk about, yeah, maybe we already get here again another flop. And I was like, yo, it's just 2 games off the bench, and barely played at Juventus as well. And then since then, obviously ended up kicking off, and we missing just the influence of the right, because again, like as much as I fuck with Richarlison, and I think he should be starting over Son, it's just not a good balance if you have a shoot first front 3, and then you consider Spol that Son is just completely off it. Kane, it's pretty much obvious now what people know what they see from Kane now. They just
What he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's so obvious now. So it's easy for teams to prepare now. Like even today, like the 3-4-3 that PSG played. A big reason why I think they're struggling against Benfica today is because they played the 3-4-3 against them, and Benfica knew how to deal with it. It was quite easy to, even though that midfield has quality in Vitinha and Verratti, still, because again, even if you have quality there, as long as you get outrun, outpressed, outworked, it's good. It makes it 10 times harder. But because PSG just have very 2 great midfielder, that's why they can get away with it. Not every game, but they can get away with it. But we have Holberg and Bentacle. No disrespect to them, but in the same time, I believe there should be. I believe certain players that we have at the Tottenham team, they can have a spot. They can have a spot in the spot regardless of who the manager is. But you can clearly see we need more quality. and also type of profiles are also what was hindering and holding us back from also performing. One thing I do give Conte is that the fact is players aren't performing to the best. I don't think Romero's performing to his best. I think Dyer hasn't performed compared from last season to his best. Luis hasn't. Luis has been one of our best performers, but I know he can perform better.
Yeah.
Perisic been alright, but then again, it comes down to the tactics because you're making him play like a defensive wingback when his literally his best attributes are in the final third.
Yeah.
Then Kane, even though he has scored quite a good amount of goals, I don't think he's been good this season. And then obviously Son, as
You don't think
mentioned,
Kane's been good this season?
I don't compared to what I know Kane can be, he
Yeah.
can go at least another gear up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Son completely off it. Like, in my opinion, should be a super sub at this point right now. This whole body's been because I don't think he deserves a spot, but again, because of reputation and because of manager's trust, he's always gonna be there for the starting spot, which I think is holding us back personally. So no, it's a very weird situation, and I always said this. Do you see us making it out of the Champions League group? I don't even know because at this point it's just platonic. But if you don't make it out of the group, not say obviously I already said in my opinion, I don't think it's no point stacking Conte now because Graham Potter's gone. And yeah man, like I do think we can make top four as well at the end of the season. If we reinvest in January heavily, like I need to see at least 2-3 players that I know can come in and make a difference. Kind of similar to Bentancur and Kulusevski last year. Considering it's well, we're not going to play Europe and anything like that. That's why I think we can still make top four. But I think with Europe and trying to actually go far, I don't think we're in top four.
You don't think currently as constructed you get top four?
Nope.
Who's your top?
With Europe, I don't think so. No.
With Europe, who's your top four then as it stands right now?
I think obviously you have Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and there's going to be Liverpool or Man United.
Okay, Peter, you agreed with that. So what's your top four currently right now as constructed?
Assuming Klopp is still sabotaging his team, United get fourth.
You think we get fourth?
Yeah. Like I said, one shit team's gonna be in there, like minimum.
Hey, I'll less of that. You know what I'm saying? And
that's my honest opinion. It was Tottenham last year, it'll probably be you guys this year.
Yeah. I know you're honest. I just don't like your honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know you're being honest.
If it makes you feel better, I don't think my team is great either. Like,
yeah, that does make me feel better actually. If you think your team's shit, that helps me.
You know that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody has to go to that shit.
This guy.
Like, it is what it is. Like,
this guy.
I don't know why we expected Tottenham to do shit with the UCL invitation this year.
I knew that they weren't going to do anything.
Bro, the thing is, the crazy thing is, Tottenham probably have the easiest group outside of Group E with all the terrorists in it and Brugge.
Yeah.
They're probably the easiest group possible.
I agree with you. Like, that's why I said earlier as well.
Like, tough.
Now, that's the thing, because, like, my issue, because even when we had the group, I was, like, going crazy, like, yo, like, even though I don't think we really the Champions League, at least knockout stages, get the coefficient points up for the future rules for the new Champions League, all this good stuff. But then it took me a couple hours to kind of realize. I literally looked at all the teams that they're playing the same formation as us, and I was like, yeah, we fucked, because I just don't think Conte has this. It's not a tactical genius, though, to kind of get us our play. And I'm looking at our squad as well. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be tough. Like the away game, the home games I expect to wins, but the away games as well, like, yo, it can get tricky. Even though I still expect wins, technically seen, I'll be honest to you. Other than Marseille and Sporting Way, I was expecting all wins in my opinion. Not saying that it was going to happen, but this was my expectation. If you really want, from what I was told as well from all types of Tottenham fans over the summer, this was my expectations on them. Because, like, you're saying this team is this and that, so I should see these type of results. And again, like, how are we from Tottenham potentially going to can compete for the league this season to people questioning Conte? And it's again like I said, there's many things that go on, like where I told Black Diamond, but I do think the ownership has to be looked at as well. But at the same time, I look at the manager as well. Like, you're supposed to be this elite manager coming in, changing the mentality as well. Shouldn't you be then coming in and demanding certain things that you want? And if you don't get, see, that's the thing. An elite manager, if an elite manager comes to Tottenham and he doesn't get what he wants, why should he then stay? Like, I can't blame him. I can't blame him if he doesn't get what he wants. And for me, I don't think for certain things he demanded enough. For example, for example, the right wing back spot, where we only got Spencer. Because if he really truly needed somebody there, he would have pursued that way. Because Spence also came in very late in the window. And for me, it's like, if you really wanted a right wing back badly, you would have demanded for one way much sooner. Because everybody tells me
how
about
many minutes has Spence played? He only came on against
Bro,
Forest.
he is. Bro, I don't even. Yeah, against Force. Bro, he only played like 1 minute of Premier League football, I think, or like. I know it's less than 5 minutes. That's for sure. And bro, like I said, and again, don't get it twisted. I know this guy doesn't play these youngsters and that, but bro, again, people want to cuss Emerson for the shit player that he is. I agree with, but in the same time, look at the manager, bro. He continues to play him because people tell me, but what's happening in the background? We don't know what's going on in training. Maybe he just thinks Emerson's the best one in training, bro, and that Spencer's not ready. I'm sorry, if this is the mentality, then you're holding us back. You're holding because you sometimes you have to work
Get off your chest, yes. Get off your chest. Go on.
All I'm saying is you have to work with what you have, bro. When something is not working, when something is not working and starts to bleeding, and you don't have the tools to stop the bleeding, at least try to minimize it until you can stop it completely later on. And this is like where I say Doherty should have been involved already in this season, where I think Spence should have been involved this season. I know people don't rate Brian Hill. I don't think he's good enough as well for Tottenham or for the Premier League. But again, one thing I feel sorry for the kid is for they wanted to loan him out, but then they refused last minute, and so he can stay as a because we couldn't find a replacement to have someone off the bench. But then you don't play, so it's pretty much just wasting again time from his own career, just because you didn't let him out on loan. He wanted to go on loan as well, and now Conte doesn't use him. So what's the point of keeping him? So for me, it's like use your squad, bro. You have to use squad because you've seen players not performing, and this what pisses me off the most. Like, we have players there who now, when they come on with barely any sort of minutes on their legs, they play terrible, and then the whole fan is, I told that's why Conte's not playing him. Of course, because he played only like 10 minutes this season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, for me, this constant of just playing this 1-11 is what's going to kill us in this October. That's what I said. Like, one thing I wanted is that the performances during October is going to the performances in this October period is going to improve.
Yeah.
I already scrapped this idea. For me, at this point, I'm just thankful for the 3 points, and we just move until the World Cup, and then hope in general we can just get the players to improve the squad, because trust me, I'm not gonna get these types of improvements anytime soon in terms of performances. I'm willing to just take the shit football as long as you can give me the 3 points at the end of the day until the World Cup.
First, your result over performances. You bump up the likes. Continue to get your questions in. Don't worry, I'm starving the questions, so we'll get to them. Steve asks, he says, what have Spurs done well so far this season, and what do you think they've struggled to do?
One thing I do give us credit for is they're making it tougher for teams scoring against us. Like, teams don't really put more than 2 goals past us, even sometimes just 1 goal, or sometimes none of goals. Like, it's hard to just get goals, and you have to kind of grind it out. So this is one thing I give us credit. What we struggled with, in my opinion, is the way we progress into ball forward, in terms of like just players just not on it. Like, you can see Kulusevski is just missing because he's obviously injured. Kane is just knows, like, everybody knows what he's on. Son, I think he's just way too he's way too deep. Pause. In terms of like he you then first I hope you finally understand why I said Son is not a good dribbler.
You know what? I was gonna ask you further about Son because I've seen him, and this is just on social media, people, but I've seen him get more criticism than I've ever seen before. And not just rival fans, I've seen it from Spurs fans as well.
It's generally this is generally the worst I have seen Son ever. Generally the worst. Like
What's changed?
I don't know what's changed. I think maybe you can argue it's the tactics, the way Son has to be played more deeper now, in terms of like, and now it's more obvious with him being involved in the build-up, which is the issue. Son can't be involved in any sort of build-up, but then again you have Perisic there, who is again he's old, understandable, but I'll take it because I know what I get from him from a final third, standard point. But now he has to track back. He has to track back a lot more, work a lot harder. But he's not a good player helping the defense. So it's like it's a weird situation with him where I believe maybe in the way we set up, he needs to be quite more a little bit more further ahead so he doesn't have to cover so much space in order for him to be just more effective when the ball comes to him in the final third. But then again, it's just even when you get the ball up the pitch, you can see again. I know he's a goal scorer, and goal scorers they always look for the goal first. But it's been times this season where he's been quite selfish, where he can just pass the ball, or he's trying to force something where it's nothing there, and you just try to pass the ball. Or again, he's losing the ball in stupid areas because you ain't a good dribbler. Like, bro, I could defend him. I'm not in my shit right now. I'm really like my I told you last time my stamina ain't that good. I don't need good stamina to stop this guy, bro, because he's generally not that good from right now in terms of dribbling. It's so easy to kind of defend him because you know he's trying to do the shimmy, step overs, and pass the ball back. It's like, yeah, like Son's been totally off it, and not that I have never seen these type of criticism before, but this season is very glaring and obvious that the decline is crazy there, and I need to see more, see how he does in this season. But if this continues, then we can generally just really have a debate if it's just decline instead of just bad form. Because I think at this moment in time, people just believe it's still bad form. I'm not too sure because
You think it could be decline?
There is a possibility of decline, but again, you never know because again, Son does have these type of things, but he can be very cold for a good amount of time, but then he steps it up and then he's just super hot. So I don't want to say it just yet, but there can be a little suspicion of declining because for me it's like it's not right because he's generally just not there. Even his finishing is like completely off it. He can't finish properly anymore. He struggles to finish in front of goal. So for me it's like I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm saying. Is there a possibility of a decline? But I don't want to say it yet. So let's see how the season goes. Let's hope. And I mean the complete season, not even just to World Cup, the complete season. Because again, maybe we just need in terms of a change in the system where like we just stop playing. Yeah, and we stop playing the stupid
change.
No, sorry. I know where you're trying to go to, but before you go, a change in terms of formation, in terms of going from a 3-4-3 to a 3-5-2 in January, where you're trying to go and hire the players that you need for this type of system. They can not where you just rely on some having the ball to progress forward, but you actually buy midfielders who have great ball retention, but also technically good on the ball, but can also help us progress the ball more forward because Bentancur is cool, Højbjerg is good, but they're not good enough in my opinion. Even Højbjerg is not the type of player that should be playing as an advanced 8. He's not that type of he's a ball. We literally bought him to be a ball-winning midfielder, and now we're trying to convert him into like some sort of like creative midfielder, it's not him. Literally, it's not him. So it's like we filling people not into roles that they not are just because we are proactive by trying to buy these type of players. And this has been my main issue in the whole summer. What I said in the summer, yeah, cool, like yeah, we made good additions to some of the Sumo, Perisic, and even Longley. But it's not going to be enough if you really want to. You see all these other teams as well around us, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, they're all improving as well, and I think they did much better business than us. So now we need to work twice as hard, and I think that's what I said. If you finish in fourth in over Cooper, maybe it's a blessing in disguise because I believe this will help us a lot more
In the
than we
league.
have. Yeah, in the league, because I think
Makes
this is
sense.
like this is when we go back to playing just once a week. And let's be honest, if we played Europe last season in the Conference League, we definitely not finishing top four, and we getting probably out of that competition anyway. So for me, let's see how this Champions League ends. Let's see how our run goes till the World Cup. But yeah, man, at this point, I'm just thankful for the few points because these performances ain't really moving me at all. From like people trying to tell me, yes, what are you talking about in terms of like performances? Yo, like, aren't you seeing how bad it looks? Bro, in the last 10 minutes against Brighton, we were in the trenches. I know Brighton's a good team, but then again, bro, they literally just got rid of the manager and got a new manager.
Fairs.
So for me, yeah, let's see, man.
Got a lot to get off your chest. Peter, what's your thoughts on Son? This season in particular, like the criticism he's
a limited
receiving.
player, man. Like Son is great running towards the opposition goal, and he has space to play into. But he doesn't create for himself. He doesn't create for other people, and he can't play reliably with his back to goal. It's a lot of the same problems Rashford has. Like, yeah, Son is one of the best finishers the league has ever seen, but if you're not creating chances for him to get on the end of, he's useless. So, like, I don't understand why people think the way Tottenham play, the biggest problem is your wingbacks in this setup need to be able to stretch the pitch vertically and be sources of creativity, whether it's service, dribbling 1v1 and creating space that way, or intelligent combination play with the people either side of them.
Yep.
Tottenham's problem is Perisic is good, but he's old, and Emerson Royale is Emerson Royale. Even if Tottenham had this mythical creative number 10 to where they were able to play 3-5-2, all teams would do is get really narrow and let Royale cross the ball 40 times a game. That's what would happen.
But this is what I mentioned, like, it's not just for me that number 10 that we need. It's just many things on the pitch as well, that on the different positions, like I'm cool with Perisic. We definitely need that right wing back in January ASAP. I do think, even though we bought Longley, I do think we need to get another left-sided centre back as well, because that left-sided centre back that Conte likes to have is a centre back that gets a little bit more advanced than the other two centre backs that just sit off, because they can also be a part of like a sort of like just another option to have to pass the ball to more up the pitch. Again, like, people don't want to like to, Spurs fans may don't want to like to hear it, but I do think we need another winger that can come and put Son on the bench. In my opinion,
be more creative, like you said, Kulusevski on the other side.
I said it's like if he can split Kulusevski in two, bro, he and play on the left. This is what I would like to wish right now, because the issue is, like Peter just mentioned with the link up. One issue that Son is as well brings with Son is he's a very, very bad at link up play. He cannot connect with anybody. And this is one thing where I said to Tottenham fans, this is one thing where Perisic is also struggling, because he has nobody there. Like, ironically, even though I call Emerson shit, Emerson can link up for whatever reason with Kulusevski, because I think Kulusevski makes him better. But I don't think Son makes Perisic better.
Yeah, he's not foiled for anybody else.
Because he can't help Perisic defensively with tracking back as well, because he's not good. He's not good at tracking back. And also, when Perisic comes forward, who can Perisic pass the ball to? Because Son is just like a little bit narrow, trying to be inside in the left channel, and it's like you can't pass the ball to him because you know he will just lose the ball. So it's like Perisic has to just iso ball, step overs, and cross the ball into the box. It's like he's very isolated on the left there. And I think Son like really, like, people just don't deep how much of an issue he is right now in the team. Like, he's a hindrance in my opinion. That's how far as I go.
Wow, he's a hindrance.
That's how far I go, because he's not getting the goals. So what is he here for? Generally speaking, like, you're not scoring goals.
You
like,
spitting, innit?
you see with Rashford, even we say the similarities with Rashford, at least he's helping Man United something right now in this dire situation that they are in terms of the strikers, with Martial being out and stuff.
Yeah, one thing I give
Ronaldo
Rashford is for all his limitations, he is an outlet.
He's
He's
helping
an
the team.
outlet. Yeah.
Salah's not an outlet, bro. He's
Is
just
he not
there.
an outlet? Does he not run in behind though?
But nobody can find him. And this is the issue again where I said we need other players as well. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
no one
We
because
need,
the midfielders you're playing and your wing backs. There's no one to apart from Kane who can do that.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. We need that 10. We need a new right wing back. I argue even again we bought a left wing back from Udinese. His name's obviously Idoji. I actually watched him a couple of seasons. I think he can be a really good addition for us next season. I wish he could have been here because I think one thing that he can bring what Percy just doesn't have in this game no more is he has the energy on him. And I do think also in terms of final third, he has also kind of the same of intelligence where he knows what he's doing once he's at the final third. But again, he's also a young player, so adapting to the Premier League wouldn't have been as easy. But again, there's many things on the pitch where I'm like, if you were to change to 3-5-2, players, the type of players that you have to buy of certain quality and then move certain players around is massive in January. But as of now, when I look at this situation, like it's very dire. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even asking for performances no more. As long as you just give me the points, I'm just happy now at this point until we get to January. Because there's many things where I look at this team and like, yeah, it's just how are we even up there at this moment in time? Because it's my opinion, it's easy to play against us. It's quite easy to play against us once you just watch us for at least 2
Is it just
games.
what is it? What so it's just like just narrow the pitch, basically what Peter was talking about, and then
stop Kane. Literally have a centre back, have a DM or centre back on Kane most of the times. Son, just make just gives you at this point even you can give some space because the guy just looks lost when he has the ball, and yeah, Richarlison at the moment in time, obviously on the right, he's not a good dribbler of the ball as well. He's not a good ball carrier as well. Like for me, if Richarlison comes on, he has to be playing through the middle, like obviously Kane is. But you know who carry Kane is? He's not gonna get benched. Like one thing also people say like I see people start base of Kane decline. I don't see it because how is he declining when this guy, including this guy, out of the last 14 games or 15 games, he started or out of the last 14 games, literally only one game he didn't play 90 minutes, and this includes Nations League.
Yeah.
So he plays so many heavy minutes. You know what he's like with his ankles, yet you're not willing to maybe change something up in terms of have Richarlison come through the middle and just rest Kane for a game. Or then stupid as Southgate plays him twice in the Nations League, who nobody cares about. So it's not helping when he has to play so many minutes. And
looking forward, sorry to cut you off. Looking forward to playing you lot this month. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, bro, it's going to be light work for Ten Hag, bro. Light work. I don't know why people call this a hard game. Like I've seen you guys debate this on the stream
We
the
was
other day.
debating it. Yeah.
I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
It's just more so art, though. It's more so it's not you, because one thing you will be and Conte will be is tough to break down. Like we're not gonna beat you 4, 5, 6.
When you have Anthony Eriksson,
there's the thing is, are all of these gonna? The problem is, are all these gonna play? Because we have like 3 games in 7 days. Because we play Newcastle on the Sunday, then it's you lot on the Wednesday.
Let me say this.
And then it's Chelsea on the Saturday. So
let
that's
me say this.
also that. But yeah, go on.
Let me say this, bro. You guys can play McFred and you guys still win the game. You guys play McFred and you still win the game.
Are you really that bad from a defensive standpoint? I'm talking about.
See, no, not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the issue is, bro, I'm saying the reason why we're not going to win is because then again, who's going to get the ball forward?
I don't think you win. I'm not worried about that. I'm also a draw. I'm looking at that.
A draw's not helping us. A draw's not helping us.
Yeah, a draw at OTs is tough to do. Arsenal couldn't do it. Liverpool couldn't do it. Oh, that's, you know.
We did it under Joseph. Man, like fuck.
It's a good therapy for you, Jasmine. Get it. Get it.
It's not therapy.
Let your thoughts out.
For me, it's not even therapy. It's just for me again. just pretty much saying what I've been saying about this team, that this is just a bunch of frauds, Nigerian scammers, bro. Like, I don't see how people get sucked into this. We can challenge for the league. With what?
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's
With
wild.
Emerson. Emerson still as the right wing back.
It's because they're passing merchants and they love Conte, man.
Davis and Dyer still there as starters. Obviously, people were trolling when I was literally hyping up the Lolling signing. People in my comments was like on Twitter, like, yo, you know he's shit. Yes, I know he's been shit, but Barcelona have been shit too over the last few years. And I see the qualities that he can bring to a team. It's actually so refreshing to see in a centre back that can actually pass the ball. But the issue of Longley is just he's not at that elite level or sort of good enough level that I feel like he should be starting week in, week out. But I don't mind him having him something like a backup option there. Like, as considering as well, you need so many centre backs and a free back. And I think this formation fits it as well. But again, this guy wants Bastoni or nothing else. Like, when there's so many other centre backs that you can just go and buy, you want Bastoni that is at Inter Milan. That's challenging for the league. And the funny thing is, Bastoni doesn't even want to come. And then people tell me, yeah, but he has reassurances that Bastoni 100% going to come next summer. What if Milan win the league title next year? And he's like, you know what? I want to stay.
What if Conte leaves anyways?
Yeah, what if Conte leaves when his contract is up and the club is, you know what? We don't want to have the risk of him being moody and staying in the contract. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm talking about literally like we need a player there in the left side of centre back, regardless if it's a 4 or 3 at the back. We need there someone anyways for the long term. I've been praying. See, obviously Chelsea are going to sign Guardiola next summer. I've been praying for this guy to be at Tottenham since he's
January.
been at exactly January. Guardiola from Leipzig, the left side of centre back.
January.
Okay. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
January.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I've been praying for us to sign this guy for 2 years now.
Yeah, too bad,
when he's been at Zagreb. Bro, I wanted Kim and Jay for that is not at Napoli. And people feel like, yo, we want a South Korean guy that is playing for Fenerbahce. Yes, because I literally watched him play. And I can see the qualities he has as a centre back. And now he's balling at Napoli. I'm seeing ballers that I want at different clubs, but my club's not chasing, but they're actively linked to. And I'm like, yo, what are we doing? And then I'm like looking at management like, yo, are you not? So what? So are we just gonna go with one player? Are we just gonna go for one player? And if that player,
hey, yeah, man, that's the Conte way. His guy or no guy.
So you're holding my club.
No, it's hilarious. I don't even know the question I asked that smart. This will carry on, Jess.
That's elite mentality. Apparently, if you don't spend 350 million pounds exactly how he wants, then your club has no ambition.
But this is the thing. This is the madness. This is the madness when I
literally think practical, is it?
It's literally because people are like, yeah, but you guys, you have to understand. People will tell me, yeah, but what? But this is he wants that player, bro. But I'm like, yo, so you want to tell me we should spend 70 million on a centre back just because Conte wants him?
Bro,
so
we should have bought. According to Twitter, we should have bought Koulibaly, Van Dijk, Lukaku, Nainggolan all in the same summer.
Oh, Nainggolan literally dropped off the season when he wanted to buy him, bro.
Well, I think the season after 340 million pounds on just random guys, as if that was gonna happen.
And this is my issue, bro. Like, so you have no plan Bs when it comes to your windows. So we have to suffer for another season because you didn't get your plan As, and you see the effects of it. This guy wanted Saniola at my club, but he said no to Madison.
Yep.
Saniola, bro, bear in mind, Flores, obviously, you probably don't know much about him. This guy had two back-to-back ACLs. This is what he wanted.
Back-to-back ACLs. Who does he play for?
Roma.
Okay.
Back-to-back ACLs, and he wanted him over Madison.
Yeah, man.
And you know how Levy is with money. And you know how Levy is with, like, he doesn't really want to spend money like that. Actually, he was willing to go for Madison. If Conte really wanted him, I believe Madison would be a Tottenham player. But nah, man, just go for the guy that had literally had 2 ACLs, who's injury prone. He's fat as fuck, and he's not a good player. But again, contestants on all these Italians, all appearing
All
on
these
my
random
timeline,
guys from Serie A.
these guys appearing on my timeline and talking about how 2 years ago this guy was rated one of the best Italian talents. Shut up, bro! What are you doing now? What are you doing for me now?
These same bastards trying to tell me Davide Zappacosta was a good signing 5 years ago. So shut the fuck up. It's Chelsea.
Zappacosta, you know.
Oh, this guy is
All
dying.
these fuck signed for my club.
Sappo Costa is dying somewhere in Atalanta right now.
Bro, he could hold that respectfully. I don't ever want to see that man's stupid ass mustache.
I'm sorry, but again, the excuses that people do for content
This
is
guy
actually
wanted
insane.
Bakayoko. He wanted Bakayoko. Guys, he's a war criminal. He's a war criminal. I hate him.
So I should be happy with him holding my club back, bro. He's all
You should kiss the ground he walks on.
Deep in mind, bro. We should have bought a guy with 2 back-to-back ACLs here, and Roma quoted him for like 50 million euros, bro. That's like 42 million. That's like the same shit that we bought Lo Celso for. And you see what Lo Celso happened, bro. So you want us to spend money for a guy that is generally just not that good. I don't care if you're Italian, bro. Italian tax, whatever, bro. No, I'm not taking the guy with 2 ACLs.
2, you know, that's crazy.
2, bro. 2. And apparently he's the answer for he's the answer for the system. When Madison is there balling at Leicester, bro. And I know Peter's opinion on Madison, but I'm sorry, bro. You want to tell me Madison kind of improve midfield?
Yeah, he could. I just don't think it would make a difference. Like,
the 3 DMs is crazy. That's wild.
3 DMs, bro.
3 DMs
it's not. The 3 DMs isn't wild. It's the fact that they're just 3 workhorses.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, they're defensive minded.
If my best ball playing midfielder in the midfield is Betancourt, then what am I doing?
See, my issue. The reason why I'm saying why we have to do this. This funny thing, he's not even doing it. That's the funny thing. The reason what I'm saying is why we have to do it is because of stability and not literally getting worked by every team 24/7 that plays 3 in midfield. So we don't get overloaded every single time. You know what I mean? So that's why I said we have to do it. Even though it's ugly to watch, I'm sorry, but this is the only answer, bro. It's the only answer right now at this moment in time. Or it's not looking good, Pref, bro. It's not looking good. That's what I'm saying. I'm just thankful for the
I gotta go to work.
Yeah, Peter, I know you got a dip, but Joe, before you go quick, Peter, just quick thoughts on Rafael Leao, because someone asked and he has been linked with you. Look.
I thought Leao was good. I don't know, like, over the 2 games personally.
Well, I'm saying to your football club, because he's been linked
I'll take him. I'll take him tomorrow.
Okay. Fast.
I'll take him. I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to slander Rafael Leao as if we wouldn't take him tomorrow. You guys can if you want. You guys can lie. That's cool. But, like, if Leao's offered to your football club, you're taking him. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
So, yeah, but big up everybody. Run the likes up, all that stuff. Jess, you guys have mentality. Who needs points when you got mentality, eh?
They do have points, though. Ain't you, man, third? Is it third?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Arsenal is first. Like, what are you trying to tell me?
These guys. Big up Peter.
So, yeah, Arsenal going to win the league, yeah, fellas? Is this all you can tell me?
Sure, man. Yeah,
bro, you said you're first. Arsenal's first.
You are third. I don't know. Do I have to do that? Yeah, I probably have. Do I have you lot? Yeah, I don't have you lot finishing top 4, but I don't have.
Yeah, of course. Like I know a person would think that. To be honest, like for these contestants, when I see these contestants, bro, like they literally just wait for a win, and even if that win is ugly, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. And like I said, of course, see the thing is, people think all I want is just good football. No, this is not it. I just want sustainable football that I know can continue throughout the whole season. This is all I want. Not this ass whooping that we get away with 1 point, getting away with a win because we fluked the goal. Like, bro, how are we getting an ass whooped by Nottingham Forest, bro? I will never get over that one. But we won the game because Richarlison did a Trivela pass, bro. Like a Trivela. Would you ever expect Richarlison to do a Trivela pass?
Yo, what's a Trivela pass? What is that?
The auto of
okay, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah,
that's what it was called. Yeah, fairs.
You expect Richarlison to do that in the game, bro?
Nah, I'm not. No,
this is what I'm trying to say. So we fluke in wins, bro, and it's like again Nigerian scammers, bro. Like we scamming 3 points, man, every time. Eventually, Eventually, we just get the Masters coming up. Eventually, man.
I am more confident of playing you lot this season, 100%. Nathan says, so glad this Conte guy here, Man United. Facts, and I would have took Conte at one point. I'm glad Saeed was begging to get Conte, but God knows.
To be fair,
Saeed. I was in that camp. I was because we were down bad.
Human had what's it called? Olive. So I understand.
Down bad. Yeah, we were down bad. I would have took Conte because I knew it was going to end in tears, and I know he's better than Oli. I know it ends in tears, but we would have had some success with him. And like I said, he will have some success with Spurs. Whether that success is top 4 last season, that might be as good as it gets. But he's had success with them. From a Spurs perspective.
100%.
And he might be top 4 this season. But yeah, we'll see. Don't worry, you lot. I'm gonna keep running through the questions as well. Get the likes up as well. Ibrahim says, flawless. Would you take Lamptey? Do you think Lamptey would be good at United? Availability. I don't know how fit he's been in terms of fitness wise. What's his availability been saying this season? Because he seems to be, and this is from the outside looking in, he's injured a lot. But I rate him highly. But if he's injured, what's the point? That's how I look at it. Where else? Abdi goes, City, Arsenal, Spurs, United. Flawless, I know you want to target Europa, but I can see us having an off day and getting knocked out to an inferior opponent. Well, if we get knocked out to an inferior opponent, that's on us. Target the Europa League. We need to target a trophy this season. To me, that's probably our best chance. I think 1 is definitely our best chance of Champions League. 2, I think it's our best chance of a trophy, depending on the draw in FA Cups and League Cups. Go target that. We need a trophy. We need to get back in the Champions League. Europa League ties both of those in together. And we have a manager and the team to do it. Our team and manager is good enough. But because it's Manchester United, it seems to get downplayed. Not by you, but others. Rival fans, I get it. But our own fans, I don't understand. I keep saying this. Rival fans, if Jez and Peter and other fans of other clubs are running jokes about us, that I get. But it's our own fans talk about our team like our team is not our team. Like, are we the greatest? No. Are we better? Yes. Are we a better team? Yes. Do we have better individuals? Yes. Do we have a better manager? Yes. So why are we not more confident? We've won 5 out of our last 6 league games. The only one we dropped points to was Manchester City. We just won. We beat Arsenal at home. We beat Liverpool at home. We beat Southampton away. We beat Leicester away. We beat Everton away. In between that, we beat Omonia as well. And we beat Sheriff. We beat Omonia. And we're going to beat Omonia again. And we'll probably top our group. Minus the first 2 games, it probably couldn't have won any better. But it's a new manager. There is going to be blips. But we play Omonia on Thursday. I'm expecting a win. Newcastle at home will be tough, but I'm expecting a win. Spurs, I've been talking to Jez now. I'm expecting a win. Chelsea away is the big test. It's Ten Hag's second away trip to one of the big 6. But we have a good record at the Bridge? We do have a good record down at the Library. So there's no reason why we can't go there and get a result, even though they are playing well and Graham Potter has them playing well. Plus, they've got games in quick succession too. Tottenham are going to drop to Europa with Barca, Juve, and Sevilla, and suddenly United are not favourites anymore. Favourites or not, we should still win the competition. Well, I'm not scared of any of these teams. Are we? Before you, yeah, go on. Yeah, you go. Just go on.
Nah, I'd be so with her. I'd rather just finish in 4th than finish in a Europa League spot. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't care what Tottenham fans will tell me that. I want to finish 4th because I think in long term the benefits is actually more than being in the Europa League.
Right, fairs. With me, I said this: favourites or not, we should win the competition. We won the competition with the worst manager and the worst team. We got to the final with a worse team and a way worse manager. So therefore, I'm looking at it like we have a team that is capable of winning that competition. We should win that competition. If we play to the level we know we can play at, we win the competition. We have ample players when you have De Gea, Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Eriksen, Anthony, Rashford, Chris. Those I just named 7. You should be winning that competition. We made the final with our worst team. Go and look at that, the team that made the final, and look at the manager. Awful. Even the Mourinho team, and that was a Mourinho on the downslide. And look at the team we had. I think it was Damian and Young and Smalling and Blind and Fellaini and Mkhitaryan. Like, we should do the business. Barcelona, I don't fear. Good side, yes. Better than us, yes, you could argue that. Favorites against us, yes. Do they have the best player on the pitch when we play them? Yes, in Lewandowski. But I don't fear them. The only person I fear is Lewandowski. I've watched Barcelona. I'm going to watch him tomorrow. Well, technically today in the watch-along when they play Inter Milan. They're nothing special. Juventus, I've seen everyone. Did they not just lose today to Maccabi Haifa?
I respect my team.
Who, Maccabi Haifa, your team, yeah?
And they're not my team, but I like their kids,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, sure, man. This guy, I like their kit hype. Sevilla, we know what Sevilla are like in Europa League, but I don't even know how they're doing in their group. And wait, what group is Sevilla in?
And the Dortmund Man City one.
So they
And
might
Sevilla are terrible, bro. Don't worry
so
about
you've
it.
been telling yourself, so it's like that's why I'm not worried about favorites or not. If Manchester United do what we're supposed to, we win the Europa League. And if we don't, I'm looking at the manager and I'm looking at the players. I'm like, what went wrong? Somebody has to be held accountable. But that's just my thoughts on it. Again, people, don't mistake it for me being arrogant. I'm saying go and do the business. Flawless, who do you think will start on the left for United? I see Rashford starting myself. I'm not sure, Shane, but I want to see wholesale changes because, like I said, we play Newcastle Sunday, Tottenham Wednesday, Chelsea Saturday. That's 3 games over a 7-day period. We're going to have to rotate. That's why I'm not trying to see we're playing Omonia at home, no disrespect. I want to see a front three of Alanga, Sancho, Palestri. If we see that, I'm cool with that as a front three and have the big guns on the bench if we do need to get us, if they need to get us out of any danger. Martial's injured again, so Ronaldo's the main striker. Rashford, and I'm not trying to see Ronaldo, Rashford, or Anthony. Like, switch it up. Play Sancho, play Palestri, you've got Garnacho. There's options. Same in the midfield, Eriksen. I'm not trying to see Eriksen start. He's played a lot. Bruno, he wants to start. Bruno, cool. Casemiro, McTominay, and play McTominay, play McFred and Bruno. Run that back. Run that back because I don't think Donny's fit. Dalot needs a rest, so I don't know what's going on with the Rabbit situation. He's injured. Donny's injured.
He's been injured since he
Yeah,
came
he's been injured for a minute. Yeah, he's been injured for a minute. Otherwise, he playing these games. Right back, we need to rest Dalot. Left back, Malassi will probably go back in. I'd like to see us rest Martinez, but I don't think we can because Varane's just coming back from injury, and the only other centre backs we have is Lindelof. So, and if Dubravka's fit, I'd like to see Dubravka. He's gonna have to utilize the squad. I said this at the start of the season. With how tight the schedule is, we're going to see all of these players. All these players are gonna play. Wan-Bissaka's fit, play him. I'm not even a fan of Wan-Bissaka, but play him. Nah, Nathan's saying no, Alanga, that guy needs to be sold. Nah, but we're playing. I'm in agreement with you. I'm not saying, but we're playing Omonia. You have to. Alanga, we're gonna see. He's gonna play. We're one Anthony injury away from. We're an Anthony Sancho injury away from seeing Alanga. Like, our squad is thin. This is why I'm saying rest. Play Sancho one side. Palestra, you can play Alanga through the middle and play Garnacho. You can play Sancho on the right, Garnacho on the left, Alanga up top. That should be enough to beat Omonia. And then you have Ronaldo, Rashford, Anthony, Eriksen, Casemiro all on the bench. Dalot on the bench in case it's going bad. And we need to get a winner or get back into the game. That's what we need to do. Yes, McTominay is out at the Newcastle game, so I see him playing. Yes. That's how I'm looking at it. And Shane, it's not even. I get this. It's not even backing the team. It's backing the team if you believe in it and you're seeing good things. How you can watch Manchester United as a Manchester United fan and not back it, I don't get it. Might take out the Manchester City game. What else could Ten Hag really have done? But people want 10 out of 10 performances and everyone to be 10 out of 10. But it don't work like that. We're a work in progress with a new manager who's learning on the job, who's figuring things out. Players are getting adjusted to new systems. Like, that's what it is. Big up Lewis, yo. Hope you enjoyed the game, man. Lewis out there in Milan. And I know rotation is needed. I just can't see this guy as a footballer. I hear you, but we're gonna have to rotate. Got no choice. Yeah. Lewis is clearly waved them Italian beverages here.
By the way, quickly, I just saw a comment from Donny as well when he talked about how Cristiano loves scoring against us. Yeah, that one. Well, I think when it comes to Cristiano's goal tally, in terms of who he scored against the most, we up there literally with the score teams that scored the most goals against. So yeah, man, this guy, I know he's gonna be looking to play us because this guy just loves playing against us, bro, and getting them goals from. So yeah, that's not gonna be fun. That's not gonna be fun. Fuck.
Hey, I'm looking forward to playing you a lot more. So thank you, Jess.
I'm not looking forward. I don't even looking forward to play for Frankfurt, man.
Appreciate it, man. I hit the damn likes like Lewis says. Big on my G Carefree Lewis, man. It is. Yeah. Shane, I know you want to shout me. That's why I said you're not like that. But I'm saying, how as a United fan, you can't see what's going on, considering where we've been and where we're at now, and all the new signings look good. All of them. Yeah, Malassi has been shaky the past 2 games, but that's gonna happen. And as soon as Martinez has a bad game, he's gonna get criticized. Casemiro, we've seen it. Let Anthony go on a goal drought. He's terrible now. Let Ericsson not be up to not playing 6s and 7s like he has been, or 8 out of 10. And it's like, I think people just want to moan. I'm convinced.
I know, 100%.
I'm convinced. Like, I understand complaining about your football team when things are not going well. Like, if you see no light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a new manager. Like I said, we won 5 out of our last 6. We're currently sat 5th in the Premier League. We're currently 2nd in our group. We should win our Europa League group. Like, FA Cup and League, we was always a cup team anyway. So I had already wrote off the Premier League. So I don't. Let me have actually look at the table. I'm gonna look at the table right now, the Premier League table, and see where we're at. Yeah, because we're 5th, 1 point behind Chelsea in 4th, 5 off of Spurs in 3rd, who have played a game more, 8 off Manchester City, who have played a game more, 9 off of Arsenal, who've played a game more. So we're right in the mix. Right in the mix. And if we beat Spurs and Chelsea, which is possible, then what? If we've beat Spurs and Chelsea, that means we've beat 4 out of the 5 of our big 6 rivals. We beat 4 out of the 5 of them, people. If we beat Spurs on that Wednesday and then beat Chelsea on that Sunday, we've beat 4 out of the 5. But I guarantee you, someone will find a way to complain. Yeah, we play Wednesday. Yeah. Next week, Wednesday is midweek. It's midweek fixtures, fam.
Oh my days. And I thought I had a break, man. Fuck.
It's midweek fixtures. So it's Europe, Premier League next weekend, Premier League midweek, Premier League next weekend. And then I think it's Europe again after that. Schedule's packed, fam.
And me know, man.
Yeah. Like, so that's what it is. Like, we beat 4 out of our 5.
Be back next week then. What? This is what you're telling me.
Yeah, man. Emerson back for, will it be the United game or the one after?
Oh, I think you will be back for, so we have to, obviously, that's one game done after this one. Then this game against on the week. Nah, after United will be back.
After
so
United,
literally on the weekend. Yeah. Fuck me.
Let me have
You know what they need to do? Oh shit, my bad.
You
know what they need to do, fam? They need to appeal that. Hopefully they need to appeal the red card. Hopefully it gets turned down and they give him an extra 3 game ban.
This guy, you outrageous.
Like, I generally forgot he was a part of our team, and then somebody in the group chat taught me Emerson Baltimore. And I was like, "What do you mean Emerson Baltimore? He's suspended." No, he's like, "No, there's Champions League, bro." Like,
Champs, man. Champs.
I like that. This is when I said in the group chat, "Yeah, I'm not watching the game no more."
So yeah, you lot play Everton at home on Saturday. Then you got United away. You know what I'm saying? Midweek and at home to Newcastle.
I hate what the FA done with us, bro. They put us into so many 5:30 games. I just
you're in a hell of 5:30 games. When I was going through the schedule, like for the month for Sarcasm City, I'm like, yo, why Spurs? I'm gonna do a watch along for that one though. So you're more than welcome to join.
I'm not joining. I might not even watch the game. Bro, like you wanna see that terrible Everton versus Tottenham.
You know what the problem is? I just need content on that day for the channel, and if the 3 o'clock kicks ain't really the best.
Just do like a spontaneous fan calling, bro.
The guy said, let me see. I'll have a look actually at the Premier League game.
I'm sorry, I don't know how Tottenham versus Everton could be a really good game, bro.
Nah, it's not, because I'm looking here Saturday. Yeah, look, man, there's friggin' Wolves, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth. You're up. That's it, man. You're up.
This is disgusting.
You lot are up in it, unfortunately. I'm saying because you got United, obviously Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City are all the Sunday.
Oh, so you want to tell me you don't want to watch Mallorca versus Sevilla?
Nah, I don't want to watch Mallorca versus Sevilla. I want to watch Antonio Conte versus Super Frankie Lampard. I want to watch Basuma versus Onana. I want to watch Harry Kane versus Neil Moffat.
Did you just say Basuma?
I said Basuma, man. Yeah.
This guy is not playing. What the hell?
Did he not play in the last game? I swear.
And he got subbed off.
Yeah, like
yeah, exactly. Fin attacker, bro.
It is a big compliment. Shane says Jez is the second funniest Spurs fan behind expressions. I know. Big up to you, Jez, for keeping it real. Yeah, Jez hilarious. Jez is hilarious.
Big up Shane, man. Shit, man.
Look, you getting your flowers, Daddy says. Jez, mate, remember I said after the North London derby, I hold my hands up about Conte. You were right. We lose tomorrow, we're screwed.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said even before, like, I don't, obviously, it's the Arsenal, North London derby, cool and that, but I'll be real, bro. If Conte wanted to rest the whole squad for Frankfurt, I wouldn't have minded because we need to beat Frankfurt now. I said it already last week. I think it gives us a lot more leverage if you beat Frankfurt away because home is going to be easier. You don't have to travel and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I felt like if you beat Frankfurt, I think we would have been calm in our group if you just beat Frankfurt, considering it's where Marseille totally just spunked Sporting as well. So it was literally in our hands. And of course, like what we always do, we just bottle it. So no, Frankfurt is must win. And I'll be real, like obviously
Marseille be Sporting 4-1. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they beat him for 1 year. And obviously Kulusevski, he wasn't training today. But I'll be real. I told you so many times, Frankfurt is shit. I'd rather keep Kulusevski out for this game, even though it's a very important game, because I think Everton is the harder game, and I think we really need him in terms of breaking down Everton.
First.
Yeah.
First. Yeah, man, it's interesting. I'm going to keep a close eye on your game tomorrow. Even though I'm doing Barca in there, I'm definitely keeping a close eye.
Bro, don't, man.
I'm going to keep a close eye on the result.
It's two terrorists and 3 at the back again.
I'm looking at it because it's like Sporting obviously on 6 points. You're on 4 points with Frankfurt, and then Marseille are on 3 points. So the group is finally poised. Like everything's still up for grabs. That's what I'm saying. Like if you beat Frankfurt, you taking control of that group. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm trying to say. We should have done that last week, bro. And this week should have been the week where we could have just ended it, and then I don't have to complain too much.
Yeah.
This team's killing me, man.
Facts. I hear you, fam. I hear you. You be all right, man, Jez. You tough, right?
Yeah, I'm tough. Like, bro, I don't care. Bro, I told you, bro. If you finish Europa League,
I ain't really trying to see you lot in the Europa League, though. Even though I think we'll beat you.
What do you mean?
It's just awkward because it just makes it like I'd rather give me a Bodo Glint over Spurs. You get what I'm saying? And like,
I'll be real. I'm scared of Bodo Glint at this point.
This guy, you outrageous.
Bro, they have like a striker that's like, yo, decent. I can't lie.
This guy, EJ, give me Ludogorets. You know what I'm saying? Flawless, we need to see Frankfurt beat Spurs because Tottenham belong in the Europa League. We're going to find out. And here's another thing about teams dropping out from the champs.
We belong out of both of them, bro. I don't want to be in either.
Here's the thing with teams dropping down. Unless you're in a cold group, why am I scared of you? You weren't good enough to make it through in the champs. Like I say with Barcelona, if they can't get out of a group containing Inter, if they get beat to second place by Inter Milan,
all I said is I did call it from early that don't be surprised Inter finish second and Bayern first.
I so badly want Inter to. I need them to scam a draw tomorrow. Well, today I need that.
I'm really telling
you,
bro,
the Barcelona hype, man.
I told you, bro. The Barca for manager has done his budget in the desert farm. I'm not scared of Barca, man. What the hell?
No. I need Barca. I need AC Milan in Europa. Not actually finishing bottom of the groups, but it's highly unlikely they both will. Danny says, Jez, is it true? Apparently Frankfurt played better away recently and last year on their way to winning the Europa League. I didn't follow, so I wouldn't know. So that's over to you, Jez.
They did actually in the Europa League one, they did play better away than at home. So that's true. But even this season, they've been actually performing quite well in the league. But I'm just looking at them overall, and it's like nothing really convincing. But I believe, because again, then in the same time, we perform way much better at home than away, especially in the Champions League. So it all goes against each other, in my opinion. But with us, I just think the advantage is with us because we play at home. I think it's very important that our fans tomorrow today turn up. Like I don't need this 10-minute where you sing the songs and then you just stay quiet and just hope we score and then everybody's happy again. Like we actually need atmosphere throughout the whole game. I think that helps the team a lot more as well. This is one thing I say about England. I see it about most teams, not just with us. Where I see the atmospheres, for example, in German games, where like I've seen teams throughout the whole 90 or throughout the whole amount of game time. The atmosphere is just crazy and it helps the team a lot more. I've seen players talk about it.
Absolutely. Right, we're gonna close out this show, people. You get this fortnightly, this show here, where myself, Peter, who's gone and Jez discuss all things Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs. So it's every other Monday. But in between that, you get the ManDem United Gonna Talk show. So that's myself and Cam talking all things Manchester United and Arsenal. Now don't worry, man, I've not forgot the two other big six. I'm trying to pattern and pattern that show and fit in the schedule. As you can see, the schedule
Wait, the other two of the big six. Hold on. Wait, who else?
Yo, this
Newcastle
guy
and who?
disrespectful. This guy.
Hold on, who? Unless you, yeah, Newcastle and Man City, my bad.
This guy, I love that. I love that. Yeah, forget him too. I love that. But yeah, Jez, yeah. One of the Liverpool fans about to complain about that. But as I was saying,
I'm sorry. I just have to say this. How are you beating the team 9-0 and then you still find them?
yeah, hold that. Hold that.
This is embarrassing, bro. Like what?
That man, that man a 10th. Hold that. You know what I'm saying? Love to see it. Hold that. Can't stand you lot. That fucking passion. So I'm glad to see you lot in the mud. Thoroughly deserved, man. Because you lot are quiet now. Egypts. In the Egypt, I'm telling you right now. That being said, I'm looking here at the Champions League fixtures and like the next set after, so like next week Wednesday, I might do Spurs Sporting. Depends on tomorrow's results. So I'm trying to do ones that matter. Like obviously you got Barcelona Bayern, but by that point,
It could be
Barca,
already
it could be already over. So I might do Tottenham. It depends on Liverpool result. If the Liverpool game, if the Liverpool Ajax, if that's still in the balance, that group, I might do Ajax Liverpool. Other than that, maybe Tottenham Sporting. I don't know, because Wednesday's looking kind of bleak, and then obviously the last day will depend on what groups are still to be decided. All right, we're gonna close out. Jez, always good talking to you, my brother. Anything you want to add before we cut out from this stream?
Pray that number 12 is not sabotaging us today.
So yeah, I love to everyone that's locked in. We're back today, people. Obviously live every day in Sarcasm City TV. Apologies you didn't get the show yesterday. I overslept. You know what I'm saying? Man lied down, and next thing I know, I woke up, it was 10:12. So that's why you got it today. I'm not the fan calling show. But yes, Wednesday you will get the Barcelona versus Barcelona versus Inter watch along. That will I can't even talk. Barcelona versus Inter watch along, people. 15 minutes before kickoff, that live stream will go down. And then of course Wednesday night, you'll get the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, people. So 2 live streams tomorrow. Then Thursday, you will get Manchester United versus Omonia. We are back at the 8 p.m. kickoff time. So you'll get that 15 minutes before kickoff also. And then you'll get the fan calling show on Twitch as well. Fan calling show on Twitch. Then Friday, you will get the ManDem United podcast. The reason why you've not been getting it on Tuesday as well as the Friday is because of European football. But yeah, you'll get that Friday 7 p.m. myself, Eddie, Ivorian, talking all things Manchester United. So we'll be recapping the Everton game, recapping the Omonia game, and looking ahead to Newcastle and Spurs as well. What else on Friday? NFL show, NFL Talks, the other football show that'll be live on the Twitch, people, 10:30 p.m. with all the ManDem, Surfer, Peter, Eddie, Murtaza, Alam, talking all things NFL. That's Friday. And then Saturday, what are we doing Saturday? This is sick. People, this is all off memory. Tottenham versus Everton, live watch along, 5:15 p.m. start, all the times, the UK times. We'll do a watch along for that. And then because the NBA starting, midnight on the Saturday, the Courtside Commentary podcast is back, which is the basketball podcast, people. Midnight, it will be the Eastern Conference preview. So myself and the Eastern Conference representatives will be talking through the Eastern Conference. So the likes of Jez, Murtaza, Ahmed, Alam, King K.
I don't want to miss anyone. Don't put me into that.
Oh shit, you're on the West, innit? My bad. Why do I always think you're East? Yeah, you're West. My bad. But Jez might show up anyway because I know Colzella's gonna show up. And then the Sunday, stacked day on the Sunday, people. Stacked. Early start. Manchester United versus Newcastle. That live watch along, 1:45 p.m. for the 2 p.m. kickoff. Then you will get the big game of the weekend, Liverpool versus Manchester City, which is the 4:30 p.m. UK kickoff. Then after that, you'll get a fan calling show after that on the Twitch, people. You'll get a fan calling show after that on the Twitch, and then it's Sunday night. So of course you will get this. Actually, you might not, because Lewis might be doing Shameless. So I try to squeeze one in. So yeah, Sunday. Let me recap that: Manchester United, Newcastle watch along. Then you'll get Liverpool versus Manchester City watch along. You'll get the Q&A, and then another courtside commentary. But later start on the Twitch, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. people. Western Conference preview. So I'll have all the Western Conference representatives as well as a few from the East as well. That's everything. That's the whole week, people. All off the top of the head. All off the top of the dome. Go on, fam.
So is what's the Western Conference one again? Which day?
Sunday, 2 a.m. after the Q&A.
So it's Monday night, right?
Yeah, technically Monday. Yes, no,
Yeah,
it's technically Monday morning.
Yeah. So
Sunday night, Monday morning.
I won't be able to jump on because obviously I have uni at 9.
Yeah, no, that's calm. I understand.
So just to let the people know if you don't see me. That's all.
That's why you don't see Jez. So yeah. Well, like I said, all the things I just mentioned are in the upcoming live stream schedule, people. So I always run through the whole schedule just in case people forget. So go follow the Twitch. Make sure you go follow the Twitch. Hit the like button, subscribe. Jez, anything else you want to add apart from number 12? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't sabotage you.
People don't believe I'm a Tottenham fan, so man, like, let's hope we win today. Come on, you Spurs.
I love to everyone that's locked in, and this has been the ManDem United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking That Tottenham Talk podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.